Yo, what's up, my earthlings and beings? It's Rod D of Orange Ninja News, making it do what it do. Yeah, man, it's another day with it. About to do this little weekly video, get it in. We're gonna hit a bunch of different topics today, like I usually do. I keep it interesting. I see what's trending, and yeah, we talk about it. That's how it goes down. But today, I want to talk about my day as I do sometimes. Man, I got a lot of free time on my hand because I picked the wrong spot to mess with today. I'm at a Blue Beacon truck wash, which that's the best truck wash for us truckers. It's like our little name brand. It's like the Walmart of truck washes, like the top name brand truck wash, and they got Blue Beacons all over the U.S. They usually do a pretty good job. This one I stopped at today, though, man. I don't know. This is not looking too good. According to my computer, I already been sitting in line for 40 minutes already. Man, that's a lot of time out my day. And I don't like that. It just, usually I hit up a Blue Beacon. I mean, I'd be a little time, but I mean, they usually be kind of quick with it. So I don't, this is the first time I've been like waiting this long for sitting in line. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Yeah, so this the one over in what town I'm in. I'm over in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. That's in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Just on the other side of the bridge. Yeah, man. Um which which I'm cool with giving out my location because it don't matter. I mean, by the time I post my video, I'm already like 1,000 miles from wherever I did the video at. I don't be posting my videos but once a week anyway. Yeah. So yeah, other than that, man, I wouldn't even post my location. There's too many crazies out here, man. You never know. But yeah, man, but dang, Blue Beacon let me down, man. Like I say, they always do a good watch for me. With this one here, man, I got to, man, I jot this in my notes. Don't come back to this one. God, dog, well, this junk taking a minute. Because you got 11 hours you could legally drive in a day. If I'm spending a couple of hours just waiting on the truck wash, I done messed up my day already. It be like that sometimes. Yeah. Picking up at one of these Lowe's distribution centers. It's just down the street from here, like a half a block. But anyway, enough about me and my personal biz. Let's get into some news, some trending news, and we're about to make this do what it do, man. You know how we do at Orange Ninja News. Yeah, but before I get into that, I just thought of one more truck-related thing I want to talk about, man. The damn international trucks, when you put them in neutral and you go ahead and put your park brake on, the doors unlock by themselves, man. That sucks. And as soon as I noticed that, I was like, man, that's crazy. What if you're in a messed up neighborhood? A real rundown is late at night, and you have to travel through a real messed up neighborhood to get to your shipper or your receiver, trying to make it to the warehouse. As soon as you go to stop, your doors just unlock by themselves. What the hell? Somebody could just snatch the door and they up there on you. Nah, man. That's a pretty messed up design flaw if you ask me. Yeah, so that's enough about the intertractional trucks. Man, I hate those trucks. But yeah, so man, you ever think about what happened to those hippos that Pablo Escobar bought? I see that's trending in the news right now. Yeah, so this is a CNN news report. It's a news article they've just done on the hippos over there that Pablo Escobar had in Colombia. And yeah, I thought all of his animals went to a zoo or whatever. So I'm gonna get into the story, see what they're talking about, because that's pretty interesting. I've been thinking about what happened to all the little animals over there. And let's see, Colombia's best known drug trafficker, Pablo Escobar, may have been killed in 1993, but his influence continues to be felt in the country, sometimes in unexpected ways. And it's kind of messed up. I was actually thinking about another cat, but they got him in prison. But I forgot Pablo's the one that they killed, which is messed up because you know that man died with secrets. It's like, yeah, we can't have this guy talking. But hey, that's another story for another time. Matter of fact, I don't even think I'm gonna get into all that. But we keeping it on the hippos, man. The hippopotamus brought to Colombia as part of Escobar's private zoo at his ranch Hacienda Nopales have bred so successfully that there is serious concern over their environmental impact and human safety, according to a new study by researchers at Mexican and Colombian universities. The hippos have spread out from their original home some 100 miles east of the city of Medellin, or is it pronounced Medellin, and dispersing around Magdalena River basin as their population continues to grow steadily. And they got some cute little pictures of the hippo. The hippo's so cute. They look like, hippos, man. I think they're part of I think the pigs are part of like the hippo family. I heard that, and that's why they always like to stay in water and mud and stuff like that. Yeah, so they said the hippos may need to be culled to prevent long-term negative effects, but other scientists are calling for a castration program to control the hippo population, citing concerns over animal welfare and attachment of some locals to their new neighbors. And yep, and there we go. As usual. Anytime you have wild animals, we got to try to control them or get rid of them or kill them off. Let the damn hippos just be. They enjoying themselves, chilling out in the water. They could be a good attraction for tourists and bring in tourist money. Like, what the hell? Okay, it says back in the 80s, Escobar imported 1 male and 3 female hippos to join the zoo. Upon his death, other species of exotic animals were relocated, but the hippos were left because they were difficult to capture and transport. Oh, okay. So that's why they didn't take the hippos. They couldn't capture them. And hippos was like, nah, hell no, man. Y'all ain't about to lock me up. I ain't do nothing. The hippos soon began to spread in the surrounding area, but the government efforts to cull them were halted after a public outcry. Now, why would it be a public outcry about the government trying to so-called cull, and it's spelled C-U-L-L, cull? It was a cry from the people because they didn't want the government to so-called cull the hippos. That's because instead of using the word kill, they just put cull. It sounds more innocent and more, oh, they're just calling them to sleep. No, they're trying to kill the freaking hippos, and people are like, come on, man, leave the animals alone. Holy crap, we kill everything. No animals are safe, man. Humans, man, I tell you. Humans can be evil, man. Yeah. So, they also talking about a sterilization campaign was begun instead, but it has done little to slow the hippo's progress. From 2011 to 2019, 4 males were castrated and 2 females were sterilized, but this does not seem to have an important impact on reproduction, according to the study. Researchers say there are probably more than 80 hippos in the area today, up from 35 in 2012, and they worry that the hippos will continue to spread throughout Colombia if no action is taken. And that's what I'm saying, man. We always try to make it seem like it's some crazy emergency with a certain type of animal to take them out, and it's at the end of the day, it's just money in it. You just have to follow the dollar sign, see where the money comes in. But yeah, it's crazy, man. And I would think, and I know why the people are like, nah, they don't want them to kill the hippos because these are animals. They have a right to live just like anything else. Who says, for man to play God and take another creature's life, for one? For two, that's a lot of tourist dollars. Now they could be like, yo, Africa is not the only place you could go to see wild hippos. Now you can also go to Colombia and see wild hippos. Well, everybody taking big money, catching planes, and staying at resort hotels in Africa, and going to only the certain places you go in Africa to see the hippos. And then, in the other country, you only can see them in captivity inside a damn zoo. And, there won't be that many of them. But to see them just naturally in the wild, that could be a whole new safari thing they set up. Man, that'd be beautiful, man. That'd be a lot of money and a lot of tourism right there, man. So, it'd be really stupid to kill them off, man. It just wouldn't make sense. And when I think about that, I think about how they, of course, they did, they talk about the pythons in the Everglades, how they supposed to be. You never hear about a human getting killed by one or hurting nobody. But, they're such a menace. We got to go tearing down the Everglades and stuffing into the Everglades to get these vicious monsters that never hurt anybody. It's all horrible when it comes down to that. And because when you talk about elephant hunting, it's the same thing. You have some now to say, oh well, we have too many elephants, and we have rogue elephants that mess up crops, and somebody could get hurt and whatnot. And which is all BS, just because the ivory fetch so much money that people will spool whatever type of BS to get back to that ivory poaching. And the sickos that like to do big game hunting, Yep, and that gives me a big idea of what type of money, what big money might be coming into play. Big game hunters that would love to go in there so they could take their trophy pictures and everything. Hey, I shot a live hippo. Nah, not something just locked up in captivity. I was out in the wild. And over in Colombia, they opened it up where you can go shoot an actual live hippo. Yo, that would be big money for some of these sicko big game hunters for sure. So, like you say, if you just be like, yo, you always follow the money, you get to the root of the evil while the silliness is going on. Yeah, but I think, me personally, I think all of God's creatures is put on the planet for a reason, and she'll live and let live. All right, well, let's get to another story. Yeah, there's one news story I'm thinking about doing, but I think I'm gonna do it at a later date because I don't know. It's like, it's crazy that the comedian Corey Holcomb got a show called 5150. It's been out for a long while. He got some years in with it, and he's got a real big audience, so it's a highly viewed show. And lately they had a bunch of drama on there, and I'm like, I don't know if I cover it, man. It's like, yeah, you see the train wreck. A lot of people talking about it. Like, should I? I don't know, man. I don't know. I usually don't go into I don't know. Let me twiddle my thumbs on that one for a minute, man. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch gears, and we're gonna talk about Scottie Pippen Jr. for a minute. And the reason I'm bringing up Scottie Pippen Jr. because of course, Scottie Pippen's ex was in the news, and they talking about guys that she dated and stuff like that. But I don't see why to focus on that. Well, he got a more positive story. He got a lot of kids, but his kid Scottie Pippen Jr. is doing good over at Vanderbilt, playing basketball, following his dad's shoes. And before you think that that's not a big feat or something that's big, you got to think about it, man. If you heard Michael Jordan's son's talk, he ain't got Michael Jordan don't have a son that's going to follow his footsteps as far as basketball wise. And a lot of times when there's a guy that's great, their son don't follow their footsteps. They kind of go their own way because, man, you get out there on the floor, like one of Jordan's sons said in the interview. He said, as soon as you get out on the floor, they're like, oh, you Jordan's son, huh? Oh, we're gonna have to show you ain't gonna do nothing out here. We got to shut you down. So you got to come with it 10 times as hard as a regular player because everybody already gunning for you as soon as you step out on the floor. So the same way with Scottie Pippen's son. He already got his name out there. Everybody know that's Scottie Pippen Jr. And so they coming out trying to go against him and shut him down and then show out on him. And so they can brag and say, yo, I'm the one that shut down Scottie Pippen Jr. But the dude's so bad that he's still out there just getting it in, man. So, you have to be strong as hell to do that. And, yeah. And that whole rivalry, the Pippen and Jordan rivalry and all that. Well, if it goes down to the Suns, then Scottie Pippen's son definitely got it. Yeah, let's look at some of his stats. It says as a freshman, 2019 to 2020, he played in all 32 games, made 31 starts, averaged 12 points and 3.6 assists per game, and 29.8 minutes per contest. Named to SEC All Freshman Team. Won 2 SEC Freshman of the Week honors. I mean, he out there getting it, man. That's not easy when you come from a famous bloodline. Like I say, everybody already gunning for you. You out there just straight grinding in the paint, man. He really have to go for it and put it down. So I just think that I think he don't get enough of shine, man. Everybody want to focus more on negative stuff and negative news, but yeah, he should, bro. There should get more shine. I don't know why it take 2 freaking hours to get my truck washed at this daggone Blue Beacon, man. What is going on? That's just as bad as the story about Jack Ma from Alibaba. We'll get into that story. It's with Bloomberg, from Bloomberg News and Technology. Let's see. It says Jack Ma resurfaced for the first time since China's government began clamping down on his business empire. Nearly 3 months ago, appearing in a live stream video that said Alibaba Group Holding Limited stock soaring, but left plenty of unanswered questions about the billionaire's fate. And Jack Ma, he's like, I don't know if he's the richest guy in China or what, but I know the guy's multi-billionaire, and that Alibaba thing is like the Alibaba is basically like the same thing as Amazon. You go online, you buy stuff and junk like that. So it's basically Chinese version of Amazon. Is probably the easiest way I can explain it. And that's crazy. I always was wondering because like this guy was getting so much dough, and I'm like, I was always wondering how that worked in a communist country. Like sooner or later, wouldn't somebody think, okay, he's getting too big for his britches or something like that? Like, yo, this guy is got too much power and too much money or something. But at the same time, they got other billionaires over there. So I don't know why they would, particularly crack down on him and his company, but I mean, it's the same thing. Anywhere you go, like even over here, when the company get too big, they start coming across a lot of competitors throwing lawsuits and everything got them and saying they need to that they got a monopoly going and we have to take them to court. They're too big and they running everything. You know what I'm saying? It's always anytime you get too big, you have to watch out. You always gonna have others looking for their piece of the pie. Either way they can get it and try to knock you off your high horse. So it don't matter which country you're in. But the thing about it is like, you know, they just I don't know. I think with over there it'd be like more of a catch 22 type, because they don't want to be like, oh, this guy got too big for his britches, let's knock him down off his high horse. In a communist country, and you're trying to say, yo, over in the communist country, everything can work just as good in the capitalist country. So you really wouldn't want to take the guy out. You really want him to do well, so you can show the capitalist country, yeah, we could just we're the same as y'all, etc. So that's where it get confusing at, man. Well, I'm gonna get more into the story right now. Ma spoke briefly on Wednesday during an annual event he hosts to recognize rural teachers. In one video of the event circulated online, China's most famous entrepreneur can be seen touring a primary school in his hometown of Hangzhou. Ma, who had stayed out of public view since regulators suspended the initial public offering of his fintech company, Ant Group Company, told the teachers he'll spend more time on philanthropy. He didn't mention his run-ins with Beijing. Ant confirmed the authenticity of the video first posted online blog, but declined to comment further. Shares of Alibaba, the e-commerce giant co-founded by Ma that owns about a third of Ant, jumped 8.5% in Hong Kong and were up almost the same level in pre-market U.S. trade. Speculation about Ma's whereabouts and his standing with President Xi Jinping's government had reached a fever pitch in recent weeks after regulators ordered Ant to overhaul its business and begin an antitrust investigation of Alibaba. Beijing's crackdown followed on October's speech by Ma, in which he infamously rebuked pawn shop. Okay. And it all started, the, the crackdown all started from his October speech. Yeah, that sounds communist. That sounds, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds communist. Now that makes more sense. The man made a speech. He's like the top billionaire, the top multi-billionaire in your country. Because the man made a speech, you gonna make a crackdown on him. Yeah, we gotta get rid of this guy. We can't have, hey, you know this. You know it's a free country, man. You over here, you make a speech that we didn't tell you can make and say some stuff we don't like. We communists over here. We'll get rid of you. Yeah, so that sounds about right. It all started from a speech that Ma made back in October. Oh man, way to go. That's when you want to think, oh, it's no difference with the communists. They're about the same. Yeah, okay. At least I can make a speech without getting hemmed up. That is crazy. So I'm gonna go back over that part one more time. Beijing's crackdown followed an October speech by Ma in which he infamously rebuked pawn shop, Chinese lenders, regulators who don't get the internet, and the old men of the global banking community. And basically, he was saying like the old heads need to catch up. You know, it's a new age. So for the old pawn shop guys, y'all got to get with the times. And yeah, some people caught offense to that. And now you see him duck. Now he's somewhere with probably running away from them handcuffs, or they got a pair of handcuffs behind his back, who knows. But just from a speech, just from saying what you thinking, it wasn't nothing bad. He just said, yo, the old heads need to catch up. People that don't understand the internet and still trying to live like the old time ways, you know. Hey, I don't see what's wrong with that. That's weird. Ma's comments on Wednesday struck a much different tone, echoing themes espoused by the ruling Communist Party. Just like I thought. They said when they pushed him out on the stage Wednesday, he was talking right. Well, he was saying everything the communists wrote down for him to say. Okay. The Communist Party is so funny. A former English school teacher, he spoke about the importance of reviving China's countryside and narrowing income disparities by encouraging the return of younger talent to rural areas. Recently, my colleagues and I have been studying and thinking. We made a firmer resolution to devote ourselves to education, philanthropy, Ma said during the event, working hard for rural revitalization and common prosperity is the responsibility for our generation of businessmen. Yeah. So basically, the man's like, yo, I'm going to be a good communist. Don't hit me no more. Man, that Simple Jack was a crazy movie, man. I mean, it wasn't called Simple Jack. What was the name of the movie? Tropic Thunder. That Jack was funny as hell. The little Asian kid was hitting the guy, and he's like, don't hit me no more. Wait, stop. What did you say? Oh, Simple Jack. Do that part again. Man, they probably was beating on him, made him do that Simple Jack line. I'll be good. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Oh, man. Yeah, so, but that's why if you're in a communist country, man, you only can get so big, man. If your fellow communists think, okay, this guy's getting too big for his britches, it's all about the people, not one person. We're communists, everybody supposed to have the same. That's it. That's why I was wondering how the billionaires over there really move and get on with it. But yeah, I see right there. That explains a lot to me. The electric cars are nice. They're gonna stop a lot of this pollution, and you know, we already got global warming going on, and I was thinking about that because I see the story about some battery charging capabilities coming out of Israel. It's going to be really nice because problem with that is with the electric cars, we're trying to recharge the batteries, and the car got to be plugged up overnight, stuff like that. When you can, if it was a quicker way where you can bam, just like fueling, you know, it don't take that long. You bam, you hit the pump, then you're out of there. You're not, you know, it don't take no long drawn out overnight process or nothing like that. So hybrid cars do real good like that, because hybrid cars, you don't have all that either. You know, it builds up electricity while you're driving down the road with the hybrid car. So that's a better way to go also. But if you want total electric, yeah, they think they got it figured out. And yeah, so we're gonna get into this story. Listen, some days I just be getting at it like a schematic, you know what I'm saying? I just get at it. But oh, some stuff throw you off. Like, man, when dudes was washing my truck, one of the dudes drank from a water hose. Now you thinking, oh, well, the man might be thirsty, so he had to drink of water from the water hose. What's the big deal, Rodney? I mean, come on, man. Well, the thing is, man, we in the COVID-19 era. You don't supposed to be drinking out of water hose. Yo, the water hose was laying on the ground on top of that. Like, yo, this water hose was laying on the ground. The man picks it up and start drinking some water. I'm like, wow. Yo, man, I haven't seen nobody do that since, like, back when being a little kid playing out in the yard. You drink from water hose. But, yeah, those days are gone now, thanks to good old COVID-19. Like back in the good olden days when we used to couldn't do that. Man. Yeah, that was crazy. It was just chilling. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling kind of thirsty. Picked up the water hose. I'm looking like, oh, well, maybe he's about to spray on the truck. Man started drinking. I was like, whoa. uh, Damn it, man. I don't know. Good luck to the dude, the guy that still drinks out of water hoses even though COVID is out here, man. God, oh, man. I would, they got a vending machine inside the building. Could have got something to drink out of there. I'm not sure. I didn't see a water cooler in there. Maybe, I don't know. But nah, man, whatever my options are, I'll bring a jug of water to work with me. Damn that. Hell no. Okay, that threw me off what I was talking about, man. Just even seeing that, I was like, oh, hell to the no. Yeah, you have a thought, you're talking about something, you see something like, what the heck? No, man. Can't be drinking out of goddamn off of a water hose that's been laying on the ground. Everybody been touching on that joker. COVID-19 now. A man's had to take his mask off to drink out the water hose. Like, yo, you wearing that mask for a reason, dude. What's going on, man? Okay, yeah, I'm back on point. I was on the electric charge. That's what I was talking about. But yeah, so now you can charge your electric cars faster. So that's going to come in real handy, man, and make the electric cars get more popular and be booming. Cause like I say, that was one of the big things. Everybody like, yo, I ain't got all that time to be sitting overnight. Yo, I want to take off and go somewhere, and I gotta wait till this car to charge up overnight. I ain't got that type of time. I want to go get a pack of cigarettes from the corner store or whatever. Dudes that be in that type of mind frame, man. They ain't gonna be able to sit for a minute, man. So yeah, so they got a new faster electric car charger, and yeah, that really upped the ante. And like I say, cause man, I just seen from driving around, something that I want to talk about anyway is the way it seems like it's not as much snow as it used to be, man. Anybody that travel a lot and you travel back in the days and you see from traveling right now, you be in the area where you like, yo, this time of year, man, it's usually just like straight snowed out in this area. And you're there and it's kind of like a mild cold temperature and no real buildup of snow. Like, oh man, it's crazy, man. So that's one thing we definitely have to work on is that global warming, man. I'm all for anything, whether it's that wind power, that using the dams and the water to generate power. And I mean, there's all different. You got solar power. You got all different types, man. But we ain't got to rely on. It's like what Jack Ma said. You got to be out with the old and in with the new to keep up with the times, man. And I guess that's what got him in trouble. It's like you have people that's not ready to let go of the way they doing stuff, even though they need to adapt, even when it comes to survival. You know what I'm saying? You have to change, you have to evolve, you have to adapt. If the old way is killing the earth, you have to be like, okay, well, hey, that way can't work anymore. And yeah, so that's why I found that story real interesting. Well, Lil Wayne is free. Lil Wayne is being pardoned, so he's free. So I mean, I don't talk about a lot of politics. I'm not a political person. I don't get into all that, but yeah, I say thanks to Donald Trump for that, because he pardoned Lil Wayne. So that's pretty good, because I still think the whole thing with Lil Wayne was more or less about getting to his masters that he ended up selling, the masters for his music, and that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Because if you think of, you know, all the songs he got and all the work he put in on the music side, man, that was a lot of money. And you know, there's a lot of, I'm pretty sure a lot of big wigs manipulating stuff to try to get to those masters. And yeah, the man's alive, he's healthy, he's free, he ain't gotta worry about being locked up. So that's a blessing. I mean, if he had to sell his masters to make that happen, and had to you know what I'm saying, had to do what he had to do, you know, hanging around Trump or whatever he had to do to get that pardon. I mean, you know, because I seen that as a setup as far as the charges that they had on him. Because they saying, as far as, you know, the golden gun, he had a golden gun on him and on the plane and stuff like that. When you think about it, you know, the man he got security around him. He got his entourage. He got his homies hanging around him. I mean, he have all these people around him. And, you know what I'm saying, for them to be able to say, well, nobody could take the charge for him and say it's this, because you have like recorded evidence and video of him, and you know that you know he wouldn't be able to shake the charges. Man, you know that sounds like an inside job, and it sounds like it was a lot of stuff orchestrated to get this man, because like I always say, follow the money. It's usually always about the money. And it's kind of funny that his masters will keep coming up every time. But you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna get all into that. I mean, we kind of know how that goes when it's a real big artist and it's a lot of money involved and people trying to get at the rights for their masters. So you know, like I say, the man's alive. He's free. Yeah, you can't ask for more than that. I'm just glad Lil Wayne's free, man. Glad he got that pardon. So that's a blessing. And with that, that'll be it for this week. I'll see y'all next week, and we'll be right back at it. We'll get back at this driving, doing this day job, get this truck down the road. It's been nice hanging out with y'all again. And I'll see y'all next week. As I usually say about this time, y'all be blessed and peace.